Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
Let's take a look at this week's webinar calendar. If you're a fixed income investor or you've been thinking about how maybe a safer investment could actually be a better idea, then join us on this premiere where we're going to talk about why fixed income investing is timeless. The premiere happens at 10 a.m. on Saturday and it's something new that we're trying. If you've been staying up at night because of market volatility or checking your portfolio multiple times a day and are on edge, then we've got the perfect webinar for you with Yuvraj talking about how you can take advantage of market volatility and what you should be expecting out of your advisor in a year like 2025. If you're a global Indian and are looking at investment opportunities across the world, then definitely China has been on your radar. And if you want to know what the real investment opportunity is in China, then join Harshal on Sunday at 10 a.m. IST where he's going to be talking about the China opportunity. So these are the webinars that we have in store for you. There's definitely something that you could learn about financial markets this weekend. Which webinar are you going to join? Click on the link in the description below to register yourself. I'm going to open today's video with a quote from Bill Gates. This should help us think about our journey as long-term investors. Most people overestimate what they can achieve in 1 year and underestimate what they can achieve in 10 years. Why are we talking about this? The thing is, 2025 has been a year where the markets have forced us to think about what's happening now. So many investors are focused on how companies will perform over the next quarter, how their stock prices are reacting on a day-to-day basis, and whether they should exit their investments now. So the focus from being a long-term investor has been compressed and brought into a phase where you're only focusing on what's happening in the here and now. So if we bring our attention only to 2025, we're going to be very disappointed with what is happening in the markets or what the markets can actually do for us. But if we learn to lengthen our horizon a little bit, learn a few lessons from history as well as think beyond the near term, then I think there's a lot that we can achieve, and there are 3 good reasons to think beyond 2025. The first reason is that in the long run, the short term really doesn't matter. There's a saying in the markets that the market has no memory, and if we look at how investors behave across cycles, we'll notice that we tend to make the same set of mistakes and we tend to forget the same benefits that we can accrue from the markets in every cycle. So most investors who are seeing pain in their portfolios today have forgotten what it was like to be investors in 2018 or 19 or in previous markets where the markets were correcting. But the thing is, over a period of time, all of this evens out and nobody is going to remember how much your portfolio went down by in this month in 2025. Checking your portfolio multiple times a day isn't really going to help the cause either. So the second reason we should actually be thinking long term is because compounding isn't linear. This is what most investors think compounding should look like. If you are expecting a 12% compounded return, then they expect that they'll earn 12% on year 1, 12% on year 2, 12% in year 3 and 12% in year 4 and so on. But that's really not how compounding works, and you are going to have some ups and downs in your portfolio. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 portfolios marked A, B and C, and you just have to decide which one suits your investment preferences. So let's take a look at portfolio A. In year 1, you earn 9%. In year 2, you have fantastic returns at 25%. Year 3 is similarly quite pleasing with a 22% return. But year 4 hits a speed bump and you lose 5% in your portfolio. And then at year 11, you have not such a great return at 11%. Then we move on to portfolio B. Here you've earned 10% in the first year, 14% in the second year, 12% in the third year, 11% in the fourth year and 13% in the fifth year. So this has been a much smoother journey. Then we get to portfolio C, where you've earned 15% in the first year, 24% in the second year, 17% in the third year, and 20% in the fourth year. But the fifth year turns out to be a big disappointment with a negative 12% return. All roads lead to Rome. If you do the math and see how each of these portfolios performed on a 5-year basis, they all compounded at roughly 12%. And if you don't believe me, we can do the math together in another video. If you want to see that, then just let us know in the comments below. If you picked portfolio A, then you're the kind of investor who's comfortable with variable returns. If you pick portfolio B, then you're actually looking for a steadier journey where there's less volatility and less up and down investing. If you pick portfolio C, then you're in a really good product which has probably just had a bad year. So it's important for you to go and review what's going on in your portfolio, how you've done not just in 2025, but probably in the years that preceded this, and try to get an understanding of what the outlook for the next few years is. This brings us to our third point, which is to focus on your 10-year potential. There needs to be a mindset shift for us as investors, and we need to stop thinking about what's happening to us and start thinking about what we can do going forward. And there are many ways to think about this. I think you can ask questions like, what are the big financial goals you're looking forward to in the next decade? Are you looking to become a homeowner? Are you looking to retire? Do you have some family commitments that you'd like to fulfill and provide a sense of financial security to others in your family? Then focus on those longer term goals instead of what the market is doing to you on a day-to-day basis. Market movements can just be a distraction from achieving our long-term goals. The second way we can think about this is to think about how we are able to build financial security over the next decade. So if you are currently somebody who owes money to a bank or an NBFC, then you can think about how you can become debt free in the next decade. If you're somebody who's underinsured or uninsured, then think about adding a layer of financial security to your investments by insuring yourself. Or you can even think about what kind of wealth creation targets you want to set for yourself. So you can set a number in terms of how many crores, or if you want to be a dollar millionaire, that can be a target that you've set for yourself. The message of this video is pretty clear. If you're the kind of investor who's going to be measuring returns in 2025, it's going to be a really tough and challenging year for you. But if you're the kind of investor who's focusing on your potential and making that happen, then 2025 is a year where opportunity is already knocking on your door. If you know a friend who needs to hear this message, then share this video with them.